This video will cover finding a quotient that has a remainder with a one-digit divisor and a two-digit dividend. So maybe I need to identify what some of these words are. So you do not always have a calculator. Some teachers will not let you use a calculator, so you do need to know how to divide without a calculator, and for that is long division. So long division is dividing typo queen, two numbers by hand in order to get a remainder. Okay, so for example, if I have 2 and 9, right? If I try to divide 2 into 9, 2 does not divide evenly into 9 because 9's odd, right? There's always going to be a remainder of 1 because 4 times 2 plus 1 is 9. So you divide the dividend by the divisor to find our quotient and our remainder. So here's our dividend, our divisor, our quotient, and our remainder. So how does long division work? So I look at my first digit and I say, okay, of my dividend, and I say, okay, does my divisor fit into it? No. So I put a 0 because it doesn't fit into it. I don't put the 0 there. I put the 0 here. 0 times 32 gives me this 0, and then you subtract. This is an iterative process, so we're going to do that again. 4 minus 0 gives me a 4. Then I pull down my next digit. So I say, okay, how many times does 32 fit into 48? And the answer is 1, so I put a 1 up here. 1 times 32 is 32, and then I subtract to get 16, and I pull down our next digit. How many times does 32 fit into 167? Well, that's 5 times. 5 times 32 is 160. I subtract to get our remainder of 7. And it is possible to have a remainder of 0, but in these two examples, we are not. So let's go ahead and practice some long division. So we're going to divide and give the quotient and the remainder. So 39 divided by 6. One hint that I have for you too is when the divisor doesn't fit into the first digit of the dividend, it may be easier to look at multiples of the divisor, right? So I could set this up like long division. And I say, okay, how many times does 6 fit into 3? Well, it doesn't. Well, how many times does 6 fit into 39? So I think about multiples of 6. I've got like 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. Okay, if I go to 42, I've overshot my goal. So it is going to be 6. 6 times 6 is 36. We subtract. 3 is our remainder. So 6 is my quotient, and 3 is my remainder. Next, I have 7. 59 divided by 7. Well, how many times does 7 go into 5? It doesn't. But how many times does 7 go into 59? Again, looking at multiples of 7. This time I'm going to list them instead of just saying them out loud. So I've got 7, 14, 21. You might already know the answer in your head. 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, almost there. 63. Okay, so that's 9 times 7. So this must be 8. 8 times 7. So it fits in 8 times. 8 times 7 is 56. I subtract to get a remainder of 3. So 8 is my quotient, and 3 is my remainder. Basically, that's saying that 7 fits into 59 8 times with a remainder of 3.